Families around the world in the United States with some sort of Christian background celebrate Christmas. Depending on your family and usually your ethnicity, you might celebrate it a little differently from maybe your neighbors. Latin American Christmases differ from what you might find on your afternoon Christmas special. There usually isn't a holiday ham or turkey, Christmas carol singing, or even stockings over a chimney. My Cuban Venezuelan background offers certain subtle differences in the Latin American celebration from, say, maybe a Colombian, Nicaraguan, or Puerto Rican Christmas get-together. My celebrations differ in the day that it is celebrated, the food that is served, and then some of the finer, more unique traditional aspects of my family. Christmas is usually celebrated, I believe, on the 25th. In my household, the 24th is the day of celebration. Sort of celebrating the coming of Jesus, per se. At least that's what my grandmother puts it. We normally have the gifts exchange at around midnight or so, or 1 o'clock. Have the adults do a 1-for-1, and then we wake up the kids and they can open the 20 or so presents that each family member got them. A big facet of our celebration is the food we serve. On the Venezuelan side, we serve a sort of banana leaf wrapped cornmeal based tamal style dish called an hallaca. We also serve something called a boy, which is like an hallaca in the same way that it is prepared with the banana leaves, but it's much spicier. They're usually filled with pork meat, vegetables, and assorted spices. They also make a bread called pan de jamón, which is a bread that has ham, olives, and onions baked into it. On the Cuban side, we usually make a pit to roast a whole pork, which is then served with rice and black beans, fried plantains, and other assortments of Cuban cuisine. Moving on to the finer touches of tradition, on the Venezuelan side of my family, we usually have what's called a gaitas band put together. It's a folk band that came from the Venezuelan region of Maracaibo, and usually it's an instrumentation of the Venezuelan cuatro, drums, maracas, and other percussive instruments. The bands usually play Christmas-themed music along with other folk music from the region that they came from. And then also on the Cuban side, it's mostly just a party in typical Latin style with lots of salsa, merengue, bachata music, and dancing until the sun comes up. Christmas is a celebration of togetherness with your family and just enjoying each other's company for that part of the year. It doesn't matter what your background is or who you are, where you came from. I think we all have the same ideas as far as family togetherness. So hopefully you've taken something away from Latin American celebrations and have a new understanding, maybe even an appreciation for it now. And maybe you can share this information with your family and do maybe cooperative, tradition sharing as far as your celebrations in the future. So I'll leave you with a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and a Feliz Navidad. Thank you.